Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is me, Xander, and today I am joined by my lovely, darling, fabulous mother, Linda. I'd like to formally introduce you to Diego, the long-haired Chihuahua, and...
This is Toby, the long-haired miniature Dachshund.
We are going to be talking about my coming out story with a cup of tea. From the age of about 0, I've always known I was gay.
I guess I knew before you told me, but I guessed also that there was a hint of denial.
So I'd been thinking about it for a while. One day I just woke up and clear as day in my head I knew that was the day. So I went over to my friend's house, had a shot of vodka and a cigarette, 2 things that my mum didn't know I was doing at the time, and sent the words "I'm gay" to my mum while she was at work. And the first text I had back was "Your choice," which was an immediate sinking feeling for me. I knew it wasn't going to be the easiest thing in the world.
But, you know, I'd no experience of any of this, so I didn't know. And of course, to receive a text on a very busy day at work, "I'm gay," could have been from one of your friends, you know? It could have been anything. And I just knew I had to reply, and I said the first thing that came into my head. However, I will own up to the fact that my ignorance didn't allow me to realise that that was the worst thing I could have said.
Well, it definitely wasn't the worst thing you could have said. In some ways, yeah, it was saddening, but in other ways, it was relieving. So when you got home from work, we had a pretty difficult conversation, I would say. There were tears. What was going through your head at that time?
I just knew I needed to give you some protected time with no interruptions. I needed for you to know, from my perspective, that nothing had changed whatsoever. You were my son, and I loved you very much, just the way you were. I think one of the most valuable things about you coming out at the age that you did was that we grew together into it. I was also very conscious that you had to find your own identity.
Which I'm still doing today.
Well, you know, and that changes as you grow older, just through natural causes. But I think during that first year particularly,
it was a huge learning curve.
It was a very, very steep learning curve for me. And it must have been for you to test your world, your environment. I very quickly was just glad that I had a healthy son who was now actually showing signs of being an awful lot happier and becoming his own person.
A few of the first things that really stuck to me from that conversation, I have a very clear picture of you just kind of just crying, and then me being sat in the chair thinking, I'm being myself, I'm being honest, and I'm making my mum cry just from being who I am. That was very difficult. And I remember a few things that you said to me that terrified me, and I don't think you said them to be hurtful, but it was tough to deal with at my age. I would find it hard to get a job. I'd be discriminated against. You were worried I was going to get HIV, that I was going to be kind of promiscuous and slutty, which isn't too far from the truth. But as a kind of 15-year-old, that was hard to take in. How did that come about for you?
Well, first of all, I'm not going to apologise for any of those things. I think HIV and AIDS is very real. It's very devastating, and it knows no bounds. And I think, you know, you go as a mum from negotiating how far you can walk out on your own, you know, socialise with people that are older than you, doing things that, yeah, I agree, I don't agree with.
Intravenous drugs.
Yeah.
When you look back on that day specifically, do you think of it as a happy memory, a sad memory, or...?
I wasn't sad, and I wasn't happy, because I knew there would be difficulties. There would be an adjustment period, and it did take me a while. And I needed to talk to my soulmate about it and run it through my mind and work out how, you know, as an individual, I was going to handle it. And I don't mind admitting I was nervous of external prejudices and people and friends and family being distasteful about it. But I did find it difficult to put myself in your shoes and understand. And again, how do you do that?
I don't think I understood.
No, how do you do that? I very quickly learned that if anybody's got a problem with it,
It's their fucking problem.
Their problem.
My mother in my family is a known gossip. She cannot keep a secret to save her life, and I think you'll ends up confess to that. So I never came out to any of my brothers or sisters or stepdad. What was your experience coming out on my behalf?
Well, how could you expect me to keep that from Mike and his siblings?
You're a blabbermouth.
I just couldn't have kept it. People needed to understand. I needed them to understand. We needed to grow as a family, and that involved telling them.
I don't know if I've ever asked you how you told anyone or how they reacted.
I don't know if I can even remember. It was so insignificant. It wasn't anything that was major.
So I don't regret the way it happened, but I do remember feeling hurt that I couldn't necessarily trust you in confidence. But I know now that you are a bloody gossip, so... So we're very lucky because we have a very close relationship now. But I know a lot of people don't have that family support network. It's really important that you find someone that you can talk to.
I do think sharing it is the most important thing you can do.
I would love to hear your coming out stories and any experiences that you've had. So please go ahead and let me know what those are like. I'm always happy to have a chat with you guys. Thank you so much for watching my coming out story with my mum. It has been a little bit emotional, I think, revisiting those old cobwebs. If you like seeing my mum on camera, please go ahead and give this a thumbs up because I would love to have her in some more videos in the future.
Comment, subscribe and share.
And like. I will see you again soon. Goodbye.
Bye.